All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Jetsam Academy's Nightfall, Season 1, Episode 9, The Maurwood. Bum, bum, bum. Let's start with a round of intros. In the top left, played by Alex, we have Kasani, the Barbarian. In the top center, played by Bobby, we have Felbus, the Ranger. In the top right, played by Nicole, we have Magpie, the Druid.
They switch.
Secret her disguise.
This is what happens when you're looking at the word instead of the person. You say the word. In the bottom left, played by our friend and Brandon, it's Laia, the fighter. In the bottom center, played by Lincoln, it is Sanguine, the wizard. And in the bottom right, last but not least, played by Lily, it is Oriana, the rogue. Sorry, OBS just said it disconnected and then reconnected.
No, yay!
Alrighty. So, last time on Nightfall, for various individual reasons, our party are on their way to the city of Taima. They've joined as guards and passengers on a caravan run by Shalek, a tiefling merchant who insists that Thargassian nesting dolls are all the rage in Taima.
I swear to God, if we get there and he's totally right.
The party last episode entered the Maurwood, a large forest between them and Taima, after they had exited Citadel Nemgren. Thank you, Alex. After they'd exited Citadel Nemgren, and after having a night around the fire, telling some stories about how Felbus and Laia came to meet Shalek and to start this journey to Taima, Felbus vanished.
Bum, bum, bum.
Like a fart in the wind.
But actually, where this story is going to pick up is actually with you leaving the Maurwood. The entire party, Laia, Sanguine, Oriana, and Loris. The whole party, all four of you. The only four of you who have been here the whole time.
Sorry,
Could you repeat the names?
What?
I said Laia, Sanguine, Oriana, and Loris.
Yep, that's all of us. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, that's the whole party.
Sorry, you said Loris, right?
Loris,
Makes sense.
yeah.
Oh,
Yep,
good.
think of flowers.
Loris, your
Definitely
party
best
leader,
friend.
the one who brought you all together into this caravan. He met Shalek. He saved Svala. He's the one who's been with all of you and leading you and keeping your group together.
Wow. Do they already have songs about him?
Oh yeah, he even played one for you.
Cool.
And
I'm a big fan.
you all have finally made it out of the Maurwood. Mostly uneventful journey, some uneventful camping, a few run-ins with wild beasts, nothing particularly memorable. And so now you are on your way. Your next stop will be Hvalter. What's all?
Sweet, we're going to Walter.
So, the cleric's with us, right? The oracle?
Yeah, Svala.
Yeah, Svala. What's Falter like? What are we gonna find there? Is it big?
It's not very big. It's on the smaller side. There's the temple, the longhouse, people's homes. It's on the coast. It's beautiful.
Ooh, ocean.
Yeah.
You guys been to the ocean? I've only been kind of near Selene. I've never been all the way there.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Sanguine going to Hvalter?
I don't know. Why is Sanguine going to Falter?
Aren't we? We're dropping off,
Svala.
Svala.
Oh.
Voltur's on the way to
Okay.
Taima.
Yeah, it's on the way.
Okay.
It's
All right,
like
then that makes sense. Never mind.
it's like a
We're
shared lift. It's no big deal.
Although, Sank, when you do think about that for a minute, and you don't remember why you're on your way to Taima, you know there's an important reason,
Yeah.
but you're not sure. You wanted to go to the observatory, you know that, but you don't remember why.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I also have a question.
Yeah.
How have I been feeling toward our benevolent leader, Loris?
Great. Fantastic. Wonderful.
Would you say enamored?
Oh, yeah.
I will say, oh, Loris, tell us again about your heroic deeds in the Maurwood before we met. He says he's been there before and, like, he did this great thing, and I was just like, ooh, tell us again. Regale us once more.
And he begins to tell a story, and that's what I'm going to do a brief meanwhile. With my new button. Doodaloo.
Woo! Where are we now?
We're going to flash back. Phelbus.
Where are we now?
We're in the
Maurwood.
Maurwood. I was about
Okay,
to say
I just
it.
wanted to clarify what the background signifies.
You're like one of my students.
I was going to say it. You spoiled it.
Kept not saying it. I'm impatient.
Phelbus.
Yo.
The party was telling stories. You know, it was your story, sort of, but Laia kind of took over, and you felt that pull. Again, that thought that, you know, that there's something out there, and I should go find it. You last felt that pull back at the edge of the Kuras Wilds after the giant was pulled in. And you slipped away easily enough, and you've been just sort of traveling in the direction that you feel that this pull is taking you through the Maurwood.
What direction is that? Is that, like, deeper in?
Deeper, yeah. North. North-ish. As you start getting a little deeper and it gets a little darker, wisps of shadow creep at the edge of your vision. Just sort of almost like a low fog, but it's darker than that. Just slinking out of sight as soon as you come near them. It's dark. It's the night of a new moon. And so it's particularly dark as you're wandering through here. And then you notice something. You see at least two in the trees, maybe another on the ground in the distance, and you recognize the feathers in their caps, members of the Red Hawks of your company.
That's unusual.
And you see they're moving in a hunting pattern. They're stalking something. You see, they don't make eye contact with you or speak to you, but you see they're making hand signals, right? And you can read those hand signals.
Are they facing me or facing away?
They're going the same direction as you, roughly.
Okay.
A little to the side from where you're going. And the hand signals you catch just a few, quiet, quarry moving fast, flanking.
Well, given how unusual it is to see any of them here, I think I'll try to, tail them for a little while.
Okay.
Without actually making myself known.
Okay, stealth check.
Just kind of follow behind them.
Stealth check.
I'm sorry?
Stealth check.
Yeah,
Someone
I'll make
is
a stealth
clicking.
check. Right? 21 on stealth.
All right. You're able to start making your way there, and you see they're clearly following something, and they're starting to narrow. Some of them have gone long to maybe go around behind something, and the others are sort of narrowing. They're drawing closer to the target. When you feel a hand on your shoulder, and you turn back to see Magpie and Cass. You guys, Magpie, Kasani, you guys have been searching for Phelbus because he vanished. The party split into pairs to go look for him.
What are you two doing here?
Looking for you.
We were looking for you.
Why am I here? I was following something.
Were you looking for us?
No, something was calling me in here, and then I saw some members of my old mercenary company. Do I still see them?
When you turn back, they're gone.
I don't see them now, though.
What sort of call? Literal voice, or were you seeing things other than your
No,
party?
just something pulling on me. I don't think I heard or saw anything specific, just an urge to go into the forest.
Can I investigate the environment to
Forest?
look for tracks or anything?
Yeah, you want to give me a wisdom survival check?
Sure.
Forests like this one often have deep-rooted magic that has been known to call people into dreams and the like. At least mine at home did.
Well, I don't see them anymore, so that certainly suggests you've got a point. I
12.
wonder
Would
if
I
you're
know,
an illusion.
Jake, would I know any similar effects that have happened to any of my family? Or
Absolutely. In the Kuras Wilds, this is a common occurrence.
oh, okay.
You would see things or memories or things. It's just part of sort of being on the edge of the Feywild. It's just something that happens
Yeah.
sometimes.
Well, there may be Fey presence here. Tread carefully and be respectful, but the Fey tend to have their own plans.
Cass, you don't find any strong trails or indications of things, but you do find evidence of just like a few broken branches, like a depression that could almost be a footprint. There is something leading in that direction.
So Phelps probably is totally insane.
Reassuring.
Keep an eye on him.
Well, let's get back to camp. I don't think I want to follow whatever that actually was, if it was anything.
Sounds good.
All right.
We'll do a quick. All right.
Oh.
The real party, the main party, Laya,
Well, I mean,
Penguin, Oriana,
You keep saying
Loris.
that as if there's like other parties.
Back to
The
the A
only
plot.
party, the plot.
It's just the party.
Obviously, there's stories about the leader.
You all are arriving at Volater.
Oh, that was
Sorry,
a
Havalter?
pretty good trip.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
pretty fast.
We're
Very,
just
very
we're moving the plot along. We're fast forwarding. I mean, we could sit here and we could in real time travel, and it would sound like this.
Can you remind me again who's arriving in Havalter? The
Laya,
Oracle,
Sanguine.
Loris.
Oriana,
Loris.
Loris, so the party,
Yeah,
then Svala and Shalek.
got it.
And do I remember the entire trip in detail, or is it kind of a blur, as many long trips sometimes
It's
are?
kind of a blur, as many long trips sometimes are. It's been probably another week at least since you left the
The
Maurwood.
days blur together on the road.
Don't dwell on the past. We're here in the present. Let's go. Look, it's got a longhouse and a temple and some huts. And wow, this place really is small.
You guys are starting to pass in the fields here. There's a few farms. It looks like they're getting the last harvest here, the last harvest of the autumn before the winter begins. And you see a few folks, sort of popping up and going, oh, and they're seeing Svala, and they're seeing, a caravan coming through, but B, a few people seem to be noticing Svala, and whispering. Some folks run ahead.
Do they recognize her?
Yeah, they definitely
Do
recognize
the
her.
whispers? You can make me roll whatever you think is appropriate for this. But do the whispers seem excited or concerned, not happy?
Give me an insight check.
Okay. B, I'm rolling a die. Don't try to stop me. $14.
Yeah, they seem. There's definitely some excitement. Also a bit of. No, it's not like fear, but it's like scandal, like goth.
Okay.
Can I
Somebody
recall?
sound pretty popular with the devil.
Can I
Yeah.
recall any interesting historical facts about Volter?
Do you want to make a history check?
Sure, that sounds like a great idea.
The city was constructed.
I mean, that's what I'm about to do because I got a 23.
Nice. Um, the city has Dusk Elf origins.
Interesting.
You would recognize the architecture as uniquely belonging to the Dusk Elves, but not the most ancient Dusk Elf period. There's a few periods in Dusk Elf history. There were the oldest Dusk Elf ruins are in I'm blanking on the name, where the orcs are.
So,
Itzel, yeah, thank you. I'm gonna pull up my map so that I have it in front of me for next time.
Azamar lore.
Right? But
I'll
there's
write it down.
there's evidence that after a long gap there, that there were Dusk Elves here in the far east, sort of the polar opposite end of Azamar. And there are a few ruins and a few towns, outposts, like this one, that still have some of those old Dusk Elf buildings. In fact, you'd presume the Longhouse is not Dusk Elf, but the temple almost certainly is.
Interesting.
Sanguine and Oriana, with your actually let's do this by charisma. Actually, Laya and Oriana. You two both notice that Svala looks sad.
Okay. I'll ask her. Like, I guess I'll make eye contact with Laya first and be like, oh, I want to talk to her. And be like, are you not happy on this joyous return to your home?
She says, "What? No. I'm fine. It's good to be home."
I understand that there are many feelings you might have. It has been a long time.
Yeah, that's all it is. I'm just happy. It's been a long time. I'm excited to see my family.
Is there something in the future that's gonna happen here?
You know it's not that simple, Laya.
Is there anything that I could do or someone I could make conveniently unavailable
No, it's nothing like that.
while you get settled?
It's going to be fine. This is our fate, and this is where I'm meant to be.
Is she lying? Can I roll a
Don't like how
thing?
that sounds.
Can indeed roll an insight check.
Okay.
Don't like the sound of that one bit.
That didn't go. 13.
I mean, she's clearly not talking about something.
Mhm.
There's clearly
And uncomfortable.
something uncomfortable, something she's not looking forward to. But hard to get much more than that.
I'll say, as strangers to your hometown, uh, is there homage we should pay? Should we offer tribute at the temple? Is there something you would have us do to be more readily accepted by your friends here?
So we should find my father. He'll be very happy that I'm home. and
How
he'll
old
be-
is she?
She's 20s.
Okay, so she's not that much older than me.
No.
Man,
I'll be like, is it a guy you left behind? Is it a girl you left behind?
She gives you like a what? No. Like she says we should find my father. He'll be happy to see me, and he'll want to give all of you. He'll want to reward all of you and give you a great feast if I know him.
Except payment and nesting dolls.
They're all the rage.
Is your father a
Only
religious
in
man?
Pegasia.
You'll find few in Hvalter who aren't. Our life revolves around the temple and my position is the oracle.
What thinks he of your gifts?
this is Jake thinking about how to answer that question because it's kind of a weird question. What thinks he of your gifts? Let's see. He's happy for them. He's excited that his daughter, that I was the one who got the powers. It's not always the Jarl's daughter. It's a great honor.
Is this the first time she'd be dropping that he's Jarl?
Yes.
Oh,
Yarn Barbara.
wait.
Well, it will be an honor to meet any of your relations, whatever their position in town. Politics, maybe.
Aren't Jarls like big warrior bosses?
I'm like elbowing Laya. I'm like, dude, she's already
What?
stressed
She's
out.
she's a prophet warrior boss daughter. They're like a royal thing or something.
Just think of him as like the chief.
But with magic, future sight advisory. That's why Volator has secrets buried underneath, right? Look, this place has to be hiding
It's
something.
not that.
Look, the place, it's got a Jarl.
Let's just go to the
And a
longhouse.
prophet. Yeah.
And Loris says, "Yes, let's go to the longhouse, everyone."
Oh, yes, Loris.
You know, that does sound like a good idea when he says it.
It does. It sounds like the best idea.
What would we
I
do
think
without
we would
Loris?
make a gift for the Jarl. I bet he already knew he was a Jarl. He's so prepared.
Is Loris like a big strapping adventurer, or is he sort of like an amalgam of ideas I can't look directly at?
I feel like
an
depending
eldest
on who
brother?
asks that question, the answer will be
But
different.
as soon as I look away, I do feel better.
You weren't sure up until now, but now that you're looking and trying to think about it, it does start to solidify and becomes less of an amalgam of ideas. He's an elf of some kind, either a moon elf or a dark elf, or or maybe some variant of dusk elf. You haven't seen a lot of them.
But elf.
Yeah, elf. Mostly.
Pointy.
Okay. And probably there. Maybe there. Might be over there.
Hard to pin down exactly where he is.
Again.
You can
that
either
has my
know
head
his
started looking
velocity or his position, not both.
at- Yeah. He's a complex
Wow,
guy.
Heisenberg.
Heisenelf.
Loris uncertainty principle.
Unseelie principle. Great. No one enjoys the Fae joke. Awesome.
Sorry.
Oh, unseelie. Sorry.
Yeah, if there's one thing this game's missing, it's puns. So more puns are often appreciated.
Listen,
Filling
if you
in
guys
that
had me in
crucial
the party,
strategic gap.
you know I'd be dropping it.
Let's
Alas, I'm on B team.
diddly-loo.
Speaking of the B team,
Back in the Maurwood.
yeah.
You guys are
Every time we meanwhile to anything Kasani is doing, she needs to just say the punchline to a joke we don't get to hear.
I agree.
Cleaver, I hardly know her.
you get
Get
one
it?
of those.
Bugbear?
That was your one.
You all have turned back. You're heading back towards the party. Magpie,
Yeah.
They're all dead.
you see someone.
Oh.
It's your eldest daughter. Your daughter, Dara.
Oh my god. I'm gonna go. Dar, what are you doing here?
She smiles.
Go try to.
She waves, and she beckons you to follow and turns and goes off into
I
the
follow.
woods.
I follow.
Did we notice that?
We just had this conversation.
Right, but this is my daughter. Not some adventuring party.
Why don't we go with her? Just
Did Phelps Rai see her?
Yeah, but you didn't recognize her in the same way.
Yeah, no, I was just wondering if.
and I assume she's walking away from us and didn't say anything.
Yeah, Magpie just sort of started walking away. You guys turn, and you saw something.
All right,
Follow her.
let's go with her. This is very clearly the same thing she just warned me about, but let's
Yeah,
follow her.
Stick
But
together.
you know, it
am
wasn't always
curious.
bad when I was back home in the Chorus Wilds. It wasn't always a bad thing.
So the trail sort of zigzags a little bit, goes through the
Only
trees,
like 90% of the time.
and pops out to a large, winding pool, reflecting the black night sky. This pool sort of snakes around trees and disappears beyond sight, sort of around the way. On the far side of this pool, not so far away, easily walkable around, there's an old circular stone ruin. like I wrote like a gazebo because I don't know what the word is. A gazebo is like a normal wood one you find in a park,
It's like a gazebo.
but like when it's like an old stone one, it's kind of Greek looking. It's not a gazebo anymore,
And
is it?
It's like a bathhouse.
An Acropolis?
It's a what's
No,
that
he's
thing?
talking about the shit that's like on the edge of Prince Eric's castle and Little Mermaid. It's not a portico. It has a name. There's a name.
No.
I will find it.
A window.
Portico. I'm
It's
typing all
like
these
some
words you're
kind
saying
of
into
that.
Google.
edifice.
If
It's
you
a thing.
imagine one of those like there's a picture, but it's
Do you
in a
imagine a
PDF.
gazebo?
It's a gazebo.
It's some kind of gazebo.
Just call it a Zagebo.
It's a
I
gazebo.
attack it.
Anyway,
I'm gonna go ahead.
totally distracted
and-
myself.
Sorry.
I
I'm
was
gonna go ahead and use. Oh, sorry.
Oh, we'll finish the thought of what's in the gazebo.
Yeah.
You see
It's a
Dara there, standing and waving, and then she vanishes again on the far side of the pond, the pool,
Yeah, I wish it was there.
by the stone gazebo thing.
Okay. I'm gonna pause and use my innate detect magic.
I'm gonna do the Kasani thing and look for tracks.
What do you get? What is detect magic?
Detect magic is you can sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you take a action, you can sense. A blah 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 blah. You can use this action to. You can use an action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and learn its school magic. So I sense magic, and then I can use an action to
Gotcha.
detect what school.
Literally everything around you is magic.
Okay, I'm gonna tell them.
You just got the new Geiger counter and it just went.
Not great, not terrible.
Yeah.
Our Chernobyl jokes out of style.
2.6.
No, I just watched it, so they're new for me.
Can I sense? Is it an illusion? Is it illusory? Is it?
No, it is wild magic.
Illusionary.
Illusionary.
There is some illusion magic.
It's delusion magic.
There's more what would be there's some conjuration, some abjuration,
Okay.
Some syncopation.
some divination.
Interesting.
It's like a cocktail?
Plus several of the other kinds of Asians.
It's all just sort of floating around.
All right, I'm going to tell the other two that as well.
That's somewhat concerning, but not entirely surprising, all things considered.
Yeah.
I mean, that's comforting, right? Because if it was everywhere, it would have killed us by now if it wanted to.
Yes, I'm comforted
Very
by that
fair.
as well.
Though, with
Sure.
my experience with the Fae influences of the Chorus Wilds, they don't usually go for killing that directly.
I mean, is there something they might want from us? Or is this just a game? Hard to say.
Hard to say.
Should we investigate the gazebo?
I don't want.
I think
I
it's
was-
a pavilion.
I was
Jake.
gonna say leave, but we can investigate the gazebo.
I think it's a pavilion.
I've never seen such a strange structure.
Yes, I think pavilion is what I'm looking for, word-wise.
Did I say gazebo? I meant pavilion.
I was hoping it was a palantir, personally.
Perhaps a colonnade?
I gotta type that word into
I
Google
have
too.
seen it.
Colonnade is good, but it's not always round.
A colonnade is what the Thomas Jefferson Memorial is.
So not
Right.
okay. Oh wait, yes, the Thomas Jefferson Memorial. That's exactly what I'm. If that's the one.
It is a colonnade!
Okay. I didn't know what kind of scale he was thinking. All I
No,
had
not the
was
Thomas
it's
Jefferson
like a
Memorial.
gazebo but stone, and I was like,
Do you mean
Smaller. Gazebo.
Over
This
there
week
by
I'll
the
be-
miniature
I mean, architecture
Memorial.
school.
God damn it! Where's the? I need to like pull up the PDF on something else and just
Oh,
show you
yeah.
guys.
Read your dictionaries, kids.
Right.
no.
Be better at
it's
words
not,
than I
It's
am.
not a colonnade because it has a hat.
The hat is a colonnade can
I'm
have a hat
walking
and
to
does
the
have a hat.
fucking gazebo.
It's a gazebo.
Yeah, we're going to the gazebo.
It's also slightly
Distraction,
ruined, so the hat's kind of
architecture
gone.
channel, everyone. Sorry. Anyway. Okay, so they go in.
Do they?
I thought they
I'm willing
did
to go in.
Lily, you are not in charge of them.
I'm not. I was in charge of the craziness.
No, I think we all already implicitly agreed to investigate
in.
the spooky haunted gazebo rather
Yeah.
than flee to safety.
Safety is
It's
overrated.
the ghost of Thomas Jefferson.
All right. You all
Pretty scary.
I was an abolitionist, but I had slaves. That's
Travel.
pretty weird.
out and around a little bit, around the pool, until you come up to
That's
the
the
gazebo.
Lincoln
And
Monument.
Dara is nowhere to be found,
Never.
nor are the Red Hawks.
Yeah, I wasn't super convinced that they were real, so that makes sense.
In fact, the gazebo looks empty until you're getting a little bit closer, and you sort of come to the side, and just sort of like as the column passes in your vision, there's suddenly someone standing there. This person I actually do have a picture of, so I can not try and use words to describe them, and I can just hold up the picture.
It's Thomas
They look like
Jefferson.
It is not Thomas Jefferson.
Is
Benjamin
it?
Franklin.
It's a woman.
Aw, Ben Franklin. That was my guess.
Betty Robb.
She has
Betty
a
Ross.
white cloak. She is wearing a stag's head.
Wow, I'm so into it.
And she
It's
looks
real.
like
I thought it
Jake,
was like a
just
hood.
think that with a few letter changes, you could have said she has a white claw, which could have really made this game way more interesting.
She looks
And
cool.
she seems
She's super cool.
a little
Very cool.
confused, a little frustrated. She's sort of muttering to herself. She says, "Where are they?" And we're gonna. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Well,
Wow, this is magic, this technology thing.
Right? So you
Super
all
into
are arriving at the longhouse. And as you come in, you see a man who is clearly the Jarl, seated at the head of a long table. The men and women of his council around him. They are sitting down and having a meal. They're talking, they're drinking.
How big are his pauldrons and how many furs are covering them?
Important
all of
question stuff.
Yes.
And when you all walk in with Svala, and he sees Svala, he stands up, he drops his mug, and just tears come to his eyes, and his people sort of move out of the way, and he comes right towards her and embraces her in a big bear hug.
Oh,
That's nice.
that's so sweet.
There's a crowd of people sort of crowding in around the longhouse door as you guys have come in. Yes.
When he comes over to hug her and stuff, I want to be watching and gauging the reactions of everybody else around him, like his attendants and such.
They all are happy. They're
Okay.
their emotions and their actions match their Jarl, right?
Cool.
Moments later, someone sort of pushes in from the crowd behind you and comes in the door. A older woman, and she runs up. She's Svala, and she runs in and joins the bear hug.
Oh, yay.
And you hear Svala say, the Nordic equivalents of mother and father.
Ah,
Mother, father.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
probably.
I promise I'm not racist.
But like a lot of the words are Germanic, and
That's
English
true.
is a
There's a
Germanic
lot of
language.
cognates.
Literally, like there's daughter in there.
That's
like,
true.
In names, Dottir. Where did I go? Here we are. After a moment of hugging, Gudrun, Jarl Gudrun, steps back and turns to you, and he thanks you for returning Svala. He says, he asks you guys where you came from and how you found her, and
But like more fancy, like where dost thou hail from?
yes,
Great adventurers who returned my daughter to me.
says,
Got her in a big
Daughter.
I owe you a debt of gratitude.
Wow. We got that from the magic.
I deep bow.
Yeah. Same.
Well, your daughter saved us, so I say we call it even.
Yeah.
Um, he says, no, you are guests here in Havalter. You are my guests, guests of honor. There will be a great feast. I know we're already eating, but there'll be more feast.
Whoa, your daughter really is a prophet. That's exactly what she said you were gonna do.
Wow. A+. Does he seem like the kind of guy who like wants to like go on a hunt to get like the boar or whatever we're eating?
Yes.
Then I suggest doing that. I'm like, let us celebrate with a joyous hunt. Like, and I'm like expecting him to just party on with that suggestion.
And he says, normally I would agree, but at a time where my daughter has just returned, I do not want to be away from her.
We shall hunt for you.
Yeah, we can do it. Do you know what they hunt here? I don't know what they hunt here.
I don't know. We'll get some local
Pray.
friends and we'll all go hunt. Sounds fun.
And Svala says to her father, these are the adventurers from my vision, the ones who are going to Taima.
Why are we going to Taima?
It's near Fensmore. Wait.
No, it's eating me. I can't. I hate not
Just a nice
knowing
place.
things.
It's just a nice place.
I don't think Snakewood would say that, but every like Taima comes up and he's like, "Why am I? Do I have a book signing?"
Probably.
And he says, with such little time, I want to spend all that remains with Svala. I cannot join you on the hunt, but if you wish to hunt and bring back a boar, we will gladly eat it at my table. I can send my warriors with you.
We
Yeah.
would be honored to serve with members of Vulture's finest hunters.
We will prove ourselves worthy by slaying the beast. It'll be as big as me.
May we be so fortunate. All right, this guy's cool. Gonna go hunt for him. He seems like a nice guy. I feel pretty good about handing off Svala. Not getting any weird vibes yet.
Someone else pushes through the crowd behind you.
Mm.
He's adorned in, it looks like, sort of priest's robes. The vestments have various symbols on them, runes. And he comes in, he says, good. Svala has returned. Now, preparations can be made for the sacrifice.
Excuse me, what?
What kind of vibe am I getting off this guy? I'm feeling like it's Zekel Khan, but I just want to be clear.
Tushibalva?
You're getting some creepy vibes off this dude.
Yeah, I get it. I'm
That's
like,
true.
oh,
Yeah.
hello.
Loris says, a sacrifice? And Brom says, Svala fled to avoid her destiny, but we all know that names vanished. We all know that Talos will destroy Havalater if we do not appease him.
What destiny did she? What? She flew
Does
her
Talos
destiny.
seem like really important to everybody present?
Yes.
Praise Talos.
Praise
I'm just gonna
Talos.
look at
You
Svala.
would all know
Talos,
Talos
my
is the
God.
god of storms.
It's too perfect. Yeah, I'll say Talos has blessed us greatly in our travels of late.
Wait. Why is she? Fleeing her duty? She's the prophet. She knows her duty. She. It's in the future.
Svala will come, sort of push past people and come to explain to you. She says, Loris, everyone else, I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I had a vision. And as with most visions now, there are two paths before me. And in one, Valter is destroyed because I did not sacrifice myself to appease Talos. Talos wants my death to appease him before, else he'll destroy the city.
I do that.
And while in in another future, there may be another way. I can't take the risk for everyone else. I was afraid, and I ran, and I tried to push my destiny to the other future, and you saw where that landed me.
But there has to be
When-
another way.
I've spent the last many weeks coming to terms with this fate.
When would such a thing happen?
Brahm interrupts the priest guy, and he says, "As soon as possible. We have
Can I
already
kind
waited
of
long
glare-
enough. The storm is building. You can see in the east. It draws near."
Can I kind of glare at him, and then sort of say, "I'm not asking about your death. I'm asking about Svala's." And I look back at Svala and I say, "When is this going to happen?"
And while he's doing that, can I get a read on this bitch? Like, can I roll something to be like, what's your deal? And like, does he really believe what he's saying? Is he drinking his own Kool-Aid? Where are we?
For Brahm?
Yeah.
Sure.
What do you want me to roll?
Insight.
Okay.
Unless you'd like to suggest something else.
No, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I roll a 4, so 8.
I mean, he seems concerned about his city and doesn't want it to be destroyed by the god of storms.
And Sanguine does that because I have decided in this moment to actually don't talk about other people's deaths with other people. It's rude. It's very rude.
That's all it says. If
I'm
Brahm has
gonna,
seen
like-
the storms draw close, then he's right. The sooner, the safer. For everyone.
I want to whisper to Laya and be like, keep her safe and keep her away from this guy. And then I'm gonna go to that guy and like be near him and like bow or some shit and be like, clearly you are an elder of much wisdom, has great leadership in Havalter. Show me these portents you speak of. And like, I want to be like kind of going like back to the outside, like have him like point to me and like talk at me a bit.
And he says,
And
yeah, go ahead.
oh yeah, and while she's doing that, I'm gonna be with Savala and be like, so anyway, if you're gonna have to do this thing, then I mean we have to get you ready, right? You wouldn't want to be messed up with Torm. I mean, I know that you know, Talos is up there all looking at you, but Torm is his friend, and you need to be ready for, you know, your big flight on the Dragon of the Sky. So why don't we get you prepared over here, this way, over here? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She says, the temple's that way, Laya.
Yeah, I know. That's why we're going to prepare you this way. We don't want to have you set foot in there without being prepared.
I
That wouldn't
agree.
look good.
Unclean.
The temple is where I'll prepare.
But
It's
can
my
I
own.
bring you? But
Is
just
the
over
guy
the
like
woods?
talking to me?
Meanwhile, yeah, Brahm he will he'll push back open the doors of the longhouse, and he'll point to the east, and he says, a storm gathers even now.
Do I see a storm?
Yes, there's absolutely a storm gathering in the
How
east.
convenient. I'll be like, oh, do you also have the gift of foresight?
And he says, I am blessed with a minor foresight, nothing like our Svala. But I have communed with the gods and spoken to the... Literally, what's a noun for, like... Not the god directly, but like the herald. I've spoken with the heralds of Talos.
Emissary is a
Emissary.
good one too.
Ooh, I've spoken
Herald, I like Herald though. I think
the
Herald's
heralds
better.
and the emissaries
They're
of
both good.
Talos.
That sounds like there could be horns, and that feels good for a storm deity.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say, What has upset Talos?
It is not ours to know the whims of the gods.
But clearly you know much of these trying times and what would most please Talos and displease him. Has much happened recently, these past few years, to displease Talos?
He craves the power of Svala or the destruction of Hivalator, and I will not let him have the latter.
Not there.
I'm not sure how to convince this guy.
What if we take a volator and we push it over there?
Dude, same.
It's not very big.
I don't have a big one.
Meanwhile, Laya, you're trying to pull Svala aside, and Svala's saying, I want to spend this time with Gudrun and what did I name the mom? I just want to get the name out there because I said it. I wrote it. I wrote a name, Luta.
But
Sanguine will put like a hand on like Laya's shoulder.
There will be time for preparations tomorrow.
I know your folks sound lovely, but like, what?
Laya, it's all right. She's not going anywhere.
But we can like save her or something. We could like find a wizard with a time spell and stop all this and figure out a different way.
Loris, Sanguine is right. Tonight, we eat and drink. For tomorrow, we die.
I wanna
Glare again.
I wanna talk to Brahm I'm still talking to him, but be like ask him for like details about tomorrow and be like, well, the sacrifice has to be perfect, so what would most please Talos? What kind of sacrifice does he prefer? Must the sacrifice be cleansed? I like avoid saying Svala's name, to make this guy think I'm drinking his Kool-Aid, for lack of better terminology.
He craves the power that lives within the oracle.
Right, so I'm asking for details about this sacrifice so I can help.
Oh, he says he said, what does he say? Since the death of Savras, the gods crave the power of divination. The Unmistaken does not share it easily.
What's the Unmistaken?
The Unmistaken is the...
Have I heard that before?
Yeah, it's the power that sort of has filled the void that Savras left. Svala spoke to you about it briefly.
It's
Okay,
in the bottom of a spooky well.
probably.
It's a little kid, an old dude.
It was thing in Weather Willow.
Right?
We're gonna do another meanwhile.
So the bartender shouts, "Hey!" And the horse goes, "Now you're talking."
Alex is my hero.
Same.
None of us deserved that.
She's the hero Gotham deserves.
You are all standing in front of the gazebo, and there is that woman there. And she had just said, "Where are they?"
Where are who? We're here, if you're looking for us.
She turns, she sees you. She says, "Oh, no, my sisters. They were supposed to meet me here.
How many sisters?
Perhaps I'm early. 2 sisters.
When you say
What
they
do
were
they look like?
supposed to meet you,
They were supposed to meet me here. We've been traveling east for some time. And, we parted ways. But we were supposed to come back together and meet here at the pool. We'd been here before. We all knew the place. But maybe I forgot the time.
is there anything special about this place?
Oh, yes. This is where our first journey, our great journey ended. And we were found by the others. This is where my sister met her husband and his friends, who still chase me and my other sister, but that's besides the point.
I'm so sorry. How rude of us. We are Magpie, Kasani, and Felbris. May we ask your name?
Oh, I'm Theline.
Thaleen.
Thelllyne. For folks taking notes.
I care about spelling.
You're taking
How-
notes at home.
How long have you been here?
I think I just arrived. Time's always a little strange here. Maybe that's why I'm early. Something that's just happened or about to happen is all sort of the same on a cosmic timescale.
Do you
Are you
usually
cosmic?
think on cosmic timescales?
Oh yes, it's been quite a long time since I was last here. I guess. She looks up at the night sky, seeing that there's no moon. She looks down, and as you guys follow her gaze across the pool, where you just were when you first saw the gazebo, there's some sort of, it looks kind of like a temple. Similar construction to this gazebo, the columns and the same kind of stone. It's a bit ruined, vines growing along the sides of it. There are ravens perched on the eaves of this temple.
Ravens.
I'll call out to one of the ravens in Sylvan. So I can do that now. Be like,
Hey.
hello. I was wondering, how long have you been here, and how long has this lovely woman been standing here?
She's early.
Can I quote you on that?
Nevermore.
Are we talking years?
Another snap.
Or day.
Another checking years. One other says days, weeks, months, early.
Cool.
Kasani, is she talking to the birds?
The
Yeah.
magpie's literally like going like caw, caw, at them.
Is this a thing she does regularly?
Talking to birds is very good for your health. They're wise.
Take your word for it.
I mean, she's a magpie, right? It works.
They're in
I
my
guess that's a
family.
good point.
Well, apparently you are quite a bit early. It sounds like weeks, perhaps months.
Another raven speaks. It says, "Come, rest here."
Yeah, that sounds totally safe. Walk over.
Aren't you gonna check the Yelp reviews first?
I want to go look into this pool. Like, what's up with this pool?
Squawk reviews.
Yeah, Douglas, you can approach the pool.
Frogima.
Rub us on!
It is the water is like ink. It's like dark black. There's no light reflecting off of it without the moon there. It's or there's very little light, just the stars really. And it's so dark you can only barely see your reflection in it.
Maybe you should get closer.
Start slurping it up.
No, but that's like step 3 or 4. I want to like toss a twig or something into it.
Yeah, you toss a twig and it ripples. As the your reflection sort of comes back from the ripples. It's dark and it's blurry, but it almost looks like it's smiling at you.
Theline, what would happen if I drank from this pool?
She says, "Well, I wouldn't recommend it.
Fair enough. I take your word for it.
It's
You've been around longer than I have.
here we're on the edge of the Shadowfell."
Oh,
Sorry, I missed it. Is Faylene the name of the huntress?
Theline, yeah, Thellyne. That's
Oh, I
what
definitely
was
put
spelling for.
Faylene like Bambi's girlfriend. So it's that now.
She was
in
wearing
my
a stag
notes.
head.
Yeah,
Sorry.
very true.
So maybe wearing
that something that-
Bambi's friend.
Is that something that happens in the Kuras Wilds a lot?
She
Being
says,
this close to the Shadowfell?
the Feywild and the Shadowfell are but two sides of a coin.
Me personally, Bob,
Can't
am
escape
pausing while I
capitalism.
find my Azamar map, which I keep losing. There we go.
She says, we're still in the Feywild for now, but if you venture too close to that pool, you might find yourself on the other side.
Oh, we've
Ooh.
I'm gonna
stumbled in the
quickly
Feywild.
back away from the pool.
Oh no. Oh no, we're in the Feywild. Oh no. Things have gone so poorly.
She says, something must be
Oh,
keeping my sisters.
You don't think they're in
Well-
there?
They might be.
Wait, the bird said you were early. They might just be, like, chilling. Vibing.
Well, technically, she asked how long has she been here, and they said days, weeks, months early. So, could be both.
Well, perhaps if
Time
we
is an
could
illusion, and so is
help
death.
you find your sisters, is there any way you could help us find a way out of the Feywild?
Of course. She says, I know this area well.
Okay.
I would happily
I
exchange guidance for your assistance.
Do I believe her? And then do I also believe the fact that once we find our sisters, they won't all murder us?
You can give me an insight check.
Okay, cool.
She
lady
does not
seems plenty
seem-
capable
she
of
does
murdering
not
us on
seem
her
like
own.
a creature of the Shadowfell.
Hmm?
She does not seem like a creature of the Shadowfell.
Oh, she doesn't. Okay.
Yeah,
Does she seem like a creature of the
Picture that.
Feywild?
Yeah, a little bit.
I was gonna say she certainly does.
I would think so. I just don't know how Jake's works. So
15.
Is her last name Windrunner? Doesn't have two sisters.
Wind Ranger, Mom. Sorry, what did you roll, Nicole?
Illyria?
15.
15. She seems sincere.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely. She seems like happy to have your help to find her sisters.
an honest trade.
I'm happy to help, but what are we gonna do? Just start spiraling outward? Like,
Hi, baby.
Maybe.
No, I think that is the Night Mother's temple.
The what?
The Night Mother's temple.
What does she do?
Her.
She meddles.
is that another one to stay away from, or are you saying we should go poke around?
This time I think we should go poke around.
Ooh.
I don't
Can
like
meddle
this
with the
game.
meddler.
Even if she's not the one who's delayed my sisters, she'll know. She'll know who
Cool.
has. Come with me.
All right.
Are those her ravens, you think?
Most definitely.
Oh, cool.
Follow my
Well,
footsteps.
then we did get an invite, so.
Follow my footsteps carefully. If you cross the wrong tree, we might lose our path. Quickly
I
now.
will do that.
And she
Cool.
starts. She goes quickly, but not so quickly that you can't keep up. Darting, left and right between the trees and around the pool. As you do, your surroundings shift and change ever so slightly each time you pass through. These two trees you pass through, and everything's just a little different on this side. Just slight changes here and there as you guys navigate your way around the pool. Let's do another meanwhile. So that night, you all feast. There's a celebration. Jarl Gudrun provides lodgings for you. They're luxurious,
Okay.
lots of furs, very comfortable.
I have something I want to do whenever we're kind of done for the night.
Yeah, that's you go ahead. I was basically say Svala has gone off to the temple for preparations, and then because that's where she lives.
Oh, she's not staying with her family tonight?
There's some preparations that begin tonight. She spent as much time as she can with her family, and then she's gone to the temple.
Are we really just gonna let her die just because of some god gonna blow up the city?
I want to look into it. I want to talk to her dad when she's gone over the cigars and after dinner drinks that are normal in these circumstances.
I want to go with Sanguine first, just because
You
Lincoln.
sacrifice
Yeah,
people
yeah,
a
yeah,
lot.
yeah. Do Lincoln first.
The Havalastrian cigars are very well known.
Sanguine goes off, finds somewhere kind of by himself where he is under the stars. It's probably quite chilly. Probably got like his blanket or fur around his shoulders. Uh, he's going to kind of kneel down and he will pull out this little like bronze disc with a little red marble in the middle that looks a little bit like a planet with a ring, like Saturn or something. And he's going to clutch it in his hands and he's going to meditate. Because he doesn't know what to do. I don't know how to describe like him working through this problem in his head, but
All right.
but you know, Tabaxi have like a very devout Tabaxi. They have sort of like ritual suicide, which is in Tomb of Annihilation. I'm not making it up.
Yep.
But at the same time, he doesn't really feel super comfortable with this, and he isn't a devout Tabaxi, so he doesn't know what to do. So he's got the little trinket that the Makai who performed his naming ceremony gave to him when he was like 5, and he's having to think about it. He's trying to meditate.
All right.
Makes sense.
Cool. Laya and Oriana, you all had some plans.
Are you in on the after dinner drinks situation, Laya, or are you not there?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. I mean, I'll give you the down low before I like start my thing with like I want to talk to this guy about like what his deal is and like get the stitch. And if you want to talk to the mom, I don't know where she at. I don't know if it's the kind of culture where they separate the genders after dinner. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, you'd
But-
both be out of luck if that were the case.
True. Well,
just
if the mom
picture
is also having a cigar but in a separate corner,
Cigars
Laya,
and
can you
drinks,
go-
same room. Everyone's.
great, cool. Laya, are you good hitting up the mom?
Yeah, sure. What am I supposed to ask her though? Just try to get her to.
Like, what's your deal, bish? Are you down to sacrifice yo kin? What's
Yeah.
going on?
I guess you're right. Yeah. Okay. I
Get
got
a read
this.
on get a read on the situation. Find out what you can about Brom. How long has he been in charge? What's his deal? Yeah.
Yeah.
Has Talos destroyed the town in the past?
Yeah.
How viable is this threat?
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Is
What's
this
the
an
mom-
area already
what's her
prone
name?
to mudslides and it won't be that divine? Just things like that.
Can I get? Sorry, buddy. Can I get a detailed like weather history for the last 10 years or so?
Yeah. Like,
Does anyone
Do
here
you
have
guys
an
have an
almanac?
almanac?
yeah, right. I'm gonna talk to the dad and just be like, what does he look like when I like approach him? And is he like chill?
He's chill.
He's chill.
He's happy to. He's you come over and he's happy that you're his honored guest. He's happy to.
Okay, and I'll be like, fate is a funny thing. It brought Swallow to us, and we were able to bring her to you. And just see what he says. I
It
just
is a
kind of want to like
strange
get
thing
him to
indeed.
talk. Is he not
It's
very loquacious?
Been many generations since a
Okay.
Jarl's daughter has been the oracle.
Is the Oracle always the chosen sacrifice for Talos?
It is not unprecedented, but it was not always the case.
Okay.
Many oracles have lived long lives and died of old age.
But you wish a different path for Svala.
No, I would wish an age of long life for Svala, but she has seen the future, and she has told me, and I trust her, that this is her fate and the best future for Hvalter. And if I do not trust my oracle, I would not be a great Jarl. Many Jarls in the past have ignored their oracles and led their tribes to their doom. Not tribe. What's the Viking word for tribe?
Clan?
Clan? Yeah.
Yeah.
Led their clans to their doom.
Extended family.
right?
There you go.
Extended network of distantly related friends. Okay. Can you do a meanwhile to Laya?
Laya.
Because I
Yeah,
while I figure out what to
absolutely.
say.
So I'll sidle up to the mom and like, are people drinking at this thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. I'm gonna bring her a drink. And does she look upset at all?
Now that she's been away from the other folks a little bit, yeah. You're able to see that in her.
All right.
She says,
I'm
oh,
going
thank
to.
you, as she takes the mulled
Of course.
wine or whatever.
Uh, of course. How are you going to? How are you guys going to go on after this? It seems like a big, big time.
There has always been another oracle. There will be another to lead Evolve.
But I mean, it's your daughter. There's always been another oracle, and I get if it
Please
was somebody
don't
else's
remind me.
oracle. Sorry, I know, but what if you just like left with her? Like, you could build another house, right?
I did help her leave. And she's back, of her own accord.
I mean, not exactly. We sort of found her in a prison. It's not like she just wanted
Yes,
to
I know.
come back
Loris
here.
told
She
me
got
the whole
captured on
story
plane.
of how he saved her.
So it was like, and that could have happened to
Thanks,
anybody.
Loris.
I mean, yeah, Loris is a real swell guy. I'm glad he informed you. But
But
like,
she had her choice to return to Hvalter or not. You could have skipped Hvalter completely on your way to Taima. She could have gone in
But
the other direction, and she came back.
she took it as some kind of like sign. I mean, I know she's an oracle, but
She is her father's daughter, and once her mind is made, it cannot be changed.
she even said that it's just two paths and there's not like a third one or something. It's not quite so certain anymore.
You're preaching to the choir here, Laya. What's the Viking metaphor for preaching to the choir?
You're pillaging to the village here, lad.
You're pillaging your own village here, yeah. Okay, well, what if we could find out that, I don't know, something. What if we could find out that there's another way to do it to appease Talos?
I would be all ears. Svala, Brom, and Gudrun are the ones you have to convince.
Okay, well, but can you work on Svala? Because I think if you helped her once, she might listen to you this time. Give us like some time.
It did not end well for her, but if you have another solution, I will bring it to all of them.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get a solution. We're gonna find something out. Is there like a mountain, like a stormy mountain or something? Like I don't know, a temple to. He's got to have some like place, right? Places of power.
We're a little far from the mountains, but there is the temple and the bay.
Okay. So why is he gonna blow up the town anyway? It's just a temple and a bay.
He's the
You guys
god of
didn't build it
storms.
on,
It is his prerogative and his whim.
Talking to the dad, I'll be like, how long has Brom served Walter?
Sorry, I had to switch context. So I was like, wait, I was talking as Luta. Luta. Brom has been Godi of Hvalter since before I was born. He has served our people well.
And has Talos shown his displeasure to Hvalter before?
Yes, Talos has bared his teeth at us times before, but nothing like this.
What was the cause in the past?
Oh, he is a capricious god. His whims are not so easily known. Do you know why a storm takes out a ship at sea? Is there always a reason? He's chaos. He's chaotic. He
I-
doesn't on the guardian spectrum like lawful.
I suppose.
He hates laws. It's not even neutral.
I suppose.
And if you had to decide good or evil, he's probably on the evil side.
I don't know. I feel like sometimes Talos has a reason and I just don't know about it.
Precisely.
Yeah. It's a hard guy to figure out. I get you. So does Brahm have like a successor lined up? I don't really know how Godi works as a position in your town. Is it an inherited role like
If he were to
Jarl?
be mysteriously murdered, would that impact you
Power
negatively?
vacuum for
Have a
you?
designated survivor situation if this building burned down?
Would that be like inconvenient for you as a jarl?
When the Godi draws near to his deathbed, there will be
Hypothetically.
a ceremony, rituals to be made. I do not know all of the details. The last
But they
one was
choose
before I was
amongst
born.
their own.
What?
But they choose amongst their own.
They choose amongst their own. in the
Okay.
priesthood.
Right. So, in light of Talos's impending judgment to fall upon the town, would it not be prudent to, I don't know, evacuate a great number of the citizens?
My people will not run from what faces them. They're warriors. They will stand and fight. If it comes to that.
Fight the ocean?
But you're not there, otherwise I would answer that question. He says, but Svala and Brahm assure me that the ritual tomorrow and the sacrifice will keep Talos's anger at bay. Push his wrath
It may be
off to the
a
ocean.
good effort, but as you say, Talos is a capricious god. Would it not be more just and wise and fair to just, be on the safe side?
Many of the people in the village are part of the ritual. Their prayers, their smaller sacrifices, they all become part of the greater ritual.
You must think little of Talos if you believe he cannot hear their prayers from elsewhere.
It's
Super, not having it with this guy.
you
I
are
want
an
him to
honored
evacuate
guest,
the town.
so I will not.
I want him to evacuate the town.
I will not bore you with the details, but it is not so simple. Now, please.
I see.
I've made arrangements for all of you in my in my own home. Here,
I bow very deeply and I say,
there's much to
your
do
table is full. You are most gracious. Da 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 da. I don't want him to not like me.
tomorrow. And he gets up to leave,
All right.
and he calls for his wife to join him, and they leave. The party starts to die down after that because once the Jarl's gone, I mean, why are you even hanging out?
I agree. Yeah, I need to meet up with my bitches.
Yes, Sanguine.
This can happen last or late, but I do want to talk to Zavala if I have access to her.
You don't, but what's his frickin' name? Loris has told all of you that Svala spoke to him and has asked all of you to come to the temple tomorrow to speak with her.
Okay. Cool.
If you try to go to the temple on your own tonight, there are some guards out there that say that they're around the outside of the temple, and they say that she's busy, or she's resting now. She's sleeping, and because she has a very busy day tomorrow.
Well, then Sanguine will meditate until he's too cold to focus anymore, and then he will go to bed.
All right.
Can I meet up with my bitches before they go to bed?
Yeah, Sanguine, in your meditation, usually you can do that and you can find some clarity. Everything's foggy. Every time you start going back and forth, it just doesn't. Nothing is straightforward. Something is missing. There are pieces of the puzzle that are not there.
I don't like
Alright.
that.
I round up my friends.
Yeah. Did you get anywhere?
We gotta just sleight of hand this business. All right, we're gonna make like a straw thing that looks like Svala. I'm hoping during the ritual that like she's covered with a like head to toe veil kind of situation and then jumps in lava. We can easily fake that with like some straw bedding tied up in the correct proportions.
Yeah, but I don't think we can convince her to leave. The mom already helped, like, try to get her out of here, and then she just came back.
Maybe we can't convince her to leave, but we can maybe convince the rest of the town that the sacrifice of Talos is foolish and wasteful. If we pretend to go through with the sacrifice anyway, and the town is, saved, and Svala returns, they might just believe it's a resurrection at that point at Talos's will.
So do you want to capture Svala and then wait for the town to be fine?
Before we do anything, we need to make a fake Svala first and figure out how we're gonna
All right, I'm gonna
do a switcheroo on
gonna
this. That's my
meanwhile-
only plan so far.
Oriana.
crazy
Oh, okay.
plan.
I can't wait. I can't wait for
Great
that.
plan.
And the string says, "No, I'm afraid not."
You spending the entire time in their section thinking of these?
Oh, please, Bobby, I have a bunch of these prepped.
I'm afraid not is a real one, so.
I know.
They've all
but-
been real.
Never mind.
All right.
Just gonna sit here in my own sadness.
Please, go ahead.
You all are now approaching the dark, shadowy temple at the edge of the shadowy pool in the dark new moon night.
Aww.
The
cat's
ravens
scared.
as you approach.
This is very welcoming.
All right.
Cozy.
Deline says, "Be careful what you touch." And she goes in.
What does that mean?
I think it means be careful what we touch.
Okay.
Hands.
Hey, Phelps, you go
Where do you
first.
are?
I don't really think I want to go first, but okay, I'll go first and not touch anything.
Who has dark vision? Anyone?
I don't.
I don't.
I don't.
How dark is it?
It's dark.
Advanced darkness.
As you come in, your eyes do adjust a little, and the teensiest bit of light coming through the broken ceiling, just the it is so much darker in here that the teensiest bit of light from outside almost seems to reflect off of this statue. This the room that you've gone in is this long hallway-like room, but it's wide, like a throne room, with columns along the sides. And in the distance, there is a large statue in a chair of a woman. A woman in dark, long robes. And the tiniest crack of light comes from the ceiling and illuminates this statue.
This is the temple?
Yes. This is the inside.
Sorry, what did she
temple.
say earlier? It wasn't Mother Night, right? What was it?
She said the Night
said-
Mother.
The Night Mother. It's very similar.
It sounds almost similar enough to be the same exact
Karina?
thing.
Does this statue look similar from a memory of a past life, perhaps?
I don't think that place had any past lives like that. So
I guess go up to the statue and take a close look at it. Like, is it just a statue or?
as you sort of go down the length of the hallway and get a little closer, you can see the statue. It's a stone statue. It does seem like it's like almost like shimmering or moving, like it's hard to focus.
So it's extremely not just a normal statue.
Yeah, but it seems more like there's something between you and the statue more so than the statue itself. Like looking through a mirage, like on
Like a
hot day.
veil.
Who wants to touch it first?
Detect magic lasts 10 minutes. Would it still be up?
Yes.
Can I tell what sort of magic, I assume, is happening about the statue? Okay, I will tell them that.
Abjuration.
I don't know
The
what
girl
that
that we
means.
followed in here, she didn't touch
Isn't
it,
that
right?
protection?
I think Felbus
I mean,
doesn't know what that means.
Bobby, know
Oh.
exactly what that means because I don't really have a social
Cool.
life. Elvis doesn't know what that means.
What were you saying, Kasani?
Sorry, Thelina?
Feline.
Is that her name? Theline? Did she touch the shimmeriness when she came in, or just go like around it? What's she doing?
She's come in and she's sort of going around the sides and being careful and moving slowly and looking for traps. Classic D&D shit.
Oh, she's a rogue.
Surprising.
She read ahead in the module book, so she knows what's coming. It's Fey magic right there.
Hello, Night Mother? Went home?
And a voice answers from beyond the statue, beyond the throne. And it says, she couldn't quite make it tonight, but I'm here as her emissary.
Who are you?
You can call me
Please not. Please no. Please
Loris.
no. Okay.
Call her what?
It's like there's crows around. I don't want this shit. She's asking me for a world egg.
It's a
What did she
man's
say you-
voice, and it says, you
Oh.
can call me Loris.
Loris.
This bitch.
Feline asks, where are my sisters? And he says, they're not here. The Night Mother hasn't taken them. You're simply too early.
I said that. We all said that. Just say it.
How early? Don't give me some cosmic scale shit. Hours.
Yeah, pretend my lifespan's measured in years. Like, how long are we talking about?
A few moons from the solstice, aren't we?
I don't even know what we are, man.
Are we?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
autumn.
I
It
know
is a
there's
few months
solstices
from the
here.
winter solstice.
Avatar Roku.
Right?
And he says,
So, with the solstice?
yes, the solstice,
That's when they'll be here?
give or take.
Will anything
May I-
happen then?
Oh, plenty of things will happen, but now that you're here, you're not really going to be able to do much about it.
Can we be somewhere else then?
Feline, thank you for bringing them here. You can go now. And she says, what? No, I won't. And the veil shifts, bringing it between you got where you are and where Feline is, and sort of pushes her back.
Can we see the guy?
Yeah, he's stepped out from behind the throne a little bit. He's well built, a little on the tall side, but not super tall. He is some sort of elf, perhaps, some sort of dark elf or moon elf, or if someone wants to give me an Arcana check, I can give you a more specific answer.
No need for that. It's just yet another kind of
That
human.
one.
I got a nat 2, so much better, you know.
It's some full of elvish. I
Some
can't
sort
read
of
it.
You're
dark moon
pretty sure he's an
elf
orc.
thing.
Pale, pointy-eared human.
Man, I can't see shit in here.
And you see Feline is sort of being pushed back and away and starting to almost like fade away, like not like she's actually leaving the room, but that the room is leaving her.
Ooh.
It's very
Weird.
strange.
Not into
Don't
it.
like
What do you want with us? Why can't we go too?
Says, Well, there are a few different futures, and the one where you all are out of the picture works best for my plans.
When he says that, can I try to cast Charm Person on him?
You may.
What?
Charm ethereal being.
What is the
Yes.
DC?
It is 13. I'm not sure that Magpie knows anything about,
No,
elves
yeah,
and charms.
this is
Clearly.
Do.
She lived with them for a while, but nope.
Give me just a minute.
Isn't she married to an elf? Tell me she never tried to charm him?
Didn't have magic then.
Advantage, that's right. All right, cool. Repeat that DC because I already forgot.
13.
13. And it's wisdom?
Yep. Believe
He
so. Let me
chooses to
double check.
succeed.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Classic
Great.
Loris.
How are we already in that situation?
That's great.
Call him Legendary Action Loris.
That's scary.
love to be level 3 and run into creatures with legendary actions.
Again.
Yeah. For like the third time.
It misses us being level 20.
Yeah,
I guess
seriously.
that wasn't very nice. I've been friendly, have I not? I haven't attacked you.
Depends on your definition of friendly.
But it seems perhaps I've made a mistake.
Yeah, maybe you should just let us go and try again with the next group of
go out of here.
adventurers.
We'll call it even. We don't really want to be involved in whatever your plans are.
A few dark figures step out from behind the columns around this room.
It's one of them a cat.
They are sort of hooded, shadowy figures.
Dementors. They're Dementors. You're all about to have your soul sucked out.
When you said out of the picture, could we work out maybe like a paid vacation type thing?
And I'd like all of you to roll initiative, but not tell me the results until
Interesting.
we come back. Everyone else, it is the next day. Laya, Sanguine, Oriana, and Loris, the party.
Have we been able to make a straw copy of Svala that we disguised in a veil?
Yeah, Sanguine, do you have like disguising spells or something? Maybe we could, one of us disguises her, and then we could jump in the wait.
I would like to share with the party who I trust, which would include Loris, because of course I trust him.
Yeah, implicitly.
Yeah, so trustworthy.
So all of them, that I went to meditate last night on this whole situation.
Yeah.
I don't love the amount we're meddling in what Svala is doing, but it also seems strange. I meditated on it, and unlike normally, I couldn't find clarity. Something is wrong. Something is off. Like, Laya, where are we going?
Well, we're going to Taima.
Why?
We're on a mission.
To do?
With Loris.
Of course, obviously, but with what? But what with Loris?
To guard the caravan.
And Loris, what are you doing? You must know.
Of course. We've got this, and he speaks with confidence. Jake, I need to, but he's like, we've got this job from Shalek, and we're going to get there, and he's going to make us rich.
I don't know.
And then we're going to go to Fensmore.
Are you sure, Loris?
Absolutely.
Everybody
You're
knows
some kind of
Dargastian
spell that we're
nesting
really
dolls
in
are the
trouble.
rage.
He says, Sanguine, you were coming to do research at the observatory, the great observatory of Taima. You've always had an interest in the constellations. So you told us. So you told me when we met. Don't you remember? We sat in the bar. We spoke late into the evening about the scrolls you read and the history, and he names a few of the constellations,
Yeah, of course I remember all that, Loris. Like, that's a ridiculous thing to say.
And I
It's like you're in
told
a
you
play and
about
you're
the
trying to remind
observatory
the
in
audience of
Taima,
something.
where you could study in greater detail.
But what am I studying? I don't remember specifically what I wanted to study.
There's so many things. He's glossing over it and moving the conversation on.
Am I convinced?
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
I choose to get a 17 using portent.
You are not quite convinced. It does seem like he's glossing over something.
Weird.
Can I roll something based on what Sanguine is saying, or do I not feel like any need to be suspicious?
You don't feel particularly suspicious at this time.
Okay.
In any case, I think Satan's just going to drop it.
Because, Oriana, you have the egg, and you know your goal in Taima. It's in the cart right now, but it's secure. You know it's over there in the cart, and it's fine. Cool. So, Loris says, enough of this. Svala has called for us, and we should see what she wants.
So yeah, what about that straw thing?
And he says that, and he points at the hideous straw monster that you guys created last night. He says, "I don't think that's gonna convince anyone."
With enough, Christmas lights and fishing line, anything's possible.
Let's talk to Svala.
Okay.
You guys make your way to the temple. The temple is a pavilion was one of the words we went through, and I have it written down here. The temple, the sides, there are some areas we're not, but the main open front part of the temple, the sides are open, and there's columns, and it's a pavilion with brightly burning braziers at the four corners that keep the whole area inside of it warm. The columns are holding up the arched roof, where there are carvings of mythic figures that line the eaves. Surrounding the temple are lightly armored guards carrying spears and axes. Their hair and their beards are neatly braided in patterns, and they have symbols made of bone and leather tied in there. And they look super dope. As you guys approach,
They've got spears with like strips of hide on the spear that mean something.
Yeah. As you guys approach, the guards sort of step aside to let you in, but one of them leans towards you and warns them. He says, Do not try to escape. I will see it coming, and I will stop you." And then he steps aside.
Try to escape.
As you come in, you see Svala is seated on a pile of cushioned pillows and furs, and there are attendants around her, anointing her with oil, and there's smoking incense around and things. There's some ritual preparation going on.
You wanted to see us.
Yes, I wanted to make sure that you all understood what was happening and that you didn't have any questions for me.
I have one.
Yeah.
But I would prefer to ask it in private so I can wait.
You all have been very good to me, and you saved me, and she gestures at Loris. You helped me to make it through here. We fought that dragon together. I want you to know that I consider you my friends, and I wanted to make sure you understood why I have to do this.
No, not really. I don't see it. If there's got to be other ways. There's never not a way.
Go ahead, Oriana.
Did my building of the dummy succeed?
No.
Oh.
It's ugly.
It's ugly. Yeah, ugly. Yeah.
We tried, but all we had was sticks.
That ain't straw.
Loris was helping, and it wasn't making it any better.
Okay.
Svala says, Elia, have you ever been so sure of something you needed to do? You haven't... It's so hard to explain what it's like to see the future to someone who doesn't. I have lived a whole world where Talos is not appeased and Hvalter is destroyed. And that great sadness that I felt, that endless destruction, I do not want to will it into the world.
Are you
So,
sure there's no other way?
Even if there's only a small chance that I'm right, I can't let that come to pass.
What if there's a small chance that you're right, then there's a greater chance that you're wrong.
Sorry, this is like the rhetorical point of even if it was a small chance, it would be worth it. And it is greater than that.
so just to make absolutely sure,
Tell
you can't just rebuild the Volater after it gets blown up, move everybody out, and go back and rebuild.
It's not like that. In the
tell
future,
us your vision.
in the future that comes to pass, Talos is not satisfied until all of my clan are gone and dead from the world. His storms will chase them all over the world, whether they run or scatter. His anger is immense this time.
Why?
I do not know. But if my death will appease him and save the clan and save Hvalter, then I must do it. I was scared before and I ran away. And that led me to be captured, that led me
No.
away.
No. You were not scared before, you were brave before. You chose to try a different path. It's not fear.
There is one other reason I asked you here. Well, I'm sure that I'm ready to do this. I know that before, when you were near, she looks at you, Oriana, I saw only one path instead of many. And I want to see if that's the path I walk now.
You seem pretty certain one of your own.
So, I will remind you guys that previously she had said, with the unmistaken, when you look at the future, you see multiple futures. It's uncertain, it's unclear. But in the past, when she touched Oriana, she had singular, clear visions, the way they used to be.
Okay. Have we not had, touch contact since that time?
Not in a vision context.
Is she expecting a vision right now?
She's saying. So she says all of the ritual accoutrements are here. So she says, Oriana,
Is Brahm here?
if you're willing, Brahm is not here presently.
Good. Fuck that guy. All right. Sure. Yeah.
She speaks in the local language to the attendants, and they step away and they change some of the burning oils and incenses. And she stands across from you, Oriana. She takes your hands, and she starts to chant a little bit. It's
In what language?
it is
Norse.
yeah, Viking language.
Okay.
Icelandic.
It has similarities to Dwarvish and to Giant.
Of course.
And then, as before, her eyes turn white, and her head goes back, and she starts to have a vision. Oriana, you feel this like a flaring, like almost a wind coming up out of nowhere, and your cloak moving and spinning. The guards outside, they all turn, and they come in, and they're startled, but they see that there's clearly some sort of ritual going on. Oriana, your eyes lock with Svala's, and you start to see pieces of the same vision that she's seeing. In this vision, You two are flying. You have giant wings. You are flying over this bay, and there are you're fighting these creatures, these flying creatures in the sky. You are the waves are crashing below, and there are not the four of you. It's not Laia, Sanguine, Oriana, and why do I keep forgetting his name?
It's
Loris.
not real.
I keep forgetting. Well, no, because he's the main character. I don't know why I keep forgetting his name. You guys are all just, supporting characters on the Loris show. Flying around fighting. And there are, above you, there are these massive, like, humanoid creatures. You sort of see them from the waist up, and they look like they're made of stars, almost. These huge creatures fighting above you. One is holding like a giant lightning bolt, Zeus style, as he throws it down, and contributes to the storm growing. But instead of the four of you, you see six of you. You see these three strangers, Kasani, Phelbus, and Magpie, fighting alongside Laia, Sanguine, and Oriana, and Svala over this bay in this. Actually, hey, I drew the thing. I drew a thing. There's the temple there, there's this bay, and then there's this outcropping with these columns sticking out and the storm raging in the sky. And as the vision ends, you've seen only pieces of what Svala is seeing. And you're back. Everyone else, Laia, Sanguine, Loris, out behind Oriana, a pair of like bright ethereal wings have sprouted out from her back, and big old wings filling the space here in the temple.
That's cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Does she always do this?
And as Svala collapses back and falls down to the attendants swarm around her. And she says, "That bastard! I know what he's up to.
Ooh.
Talos. The ritual needs to start now, and I need all of you to come with me."
Wait, is she still gonna?
Okay.
Wait. Okay,
Everyone, do what Londo Malari says.
I whisper to her. I'm like, did we see the same vision? You're not dead in the vision.
Talos intends to deny me to all of you. I play a part in stopping Ragnarok as well. Just like the rest of you. In Taima. But first, Talos must be stopped.
In Taima, you say?
In Taima.
I
Just
hope we're
in Taima.
in time.
In the nick of time.
Okay.
And then she turns and she says, "And you," and she points at Loris. And she says, "Where are they?"
Well, he keeps all.
I'm sorry. I had to click the button. You all rolled initiative moments ago. You can now tell me what those numbers are.
4.
10.
4,
19.
10, and 19. That's nice and easy to distribute on here for Cass, Phelbus, and Magpie. All right, for the dark, shadowy figures, they have, what is that, 9 plus 3, so 12. All right.
Are they just kind of dark and shadowy? We can't make out any detail.
They,
Evil.
there's a very tiny picture here.
Evil
They're-
incarnate.
They are like shadows.
The
shadowy
shadow.
humanoid figures with cloaks and swords.
Got
Magpie.
spells on them.
You're first. They have all brandished
Cool.
their weapons and made towards you.
And how are they like distributed? Are they all close together?
There are Wait, I gotta click this button. Oh, now there's like a Oh, dude, guys, D&D Beyond has a whole encounter thing that I can actually run. I don't just design them; you can actually run them. I can put everyone's frickin' initiatives in here. Although it left Oriana in here for some reason.
That's cool.
Also, it has the wrong set of people in here, but whatever.
Thank goodness Loris is here.
Thank goodness. He's my hero.
Like the Jonathan episode of Buffy.
That's exactly the kind of thing that's going on here. There are 4 of them, and they are in like basically the 4 corners of this room.
Let's go!
It's incredibly unhelpful. Okay, cool.
Break a direction.
Yep. All right, cool. Are 2 of them within like 20 feet of each other at least?
Let's say yes.
Cool. I'll go for it. Since we can't see anything, or at least not well, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Fairy Fire, and
Good call.
try to get as many of them as I can, which I assume
Very
is 2.
nice.
All right. Oh, this is so cool. It like has it can have hit points in here.
Nerf Boomkins. Fair Fire Spam
This is so
OP.
dope. All right, sorry.
So everything, all the objects, so I assume the statue and these people are suddenly engulfed in this violet light. And they have to make dexterity saving throws.
All right, what's the DC?
13.
Do. All right. Sorry, what's the spell?
Fairy Fire.
Fairy Fire.
Which,
This is a bright
now
light
that I think
thing.
about it. What?
Is it bright light? Is Fairy Fire, or is it just sparkly?
Each object in 20-foot cube within range outlined in blue, green, or violet light of your choice. Color of your
alright.
choice.
Cool. They have light sensitivity, so that will be good.
Oh, cool.
First one passes. Second one fails.
Good. At least one. So we have advantage on that one.
Okay.
Sweet.
Against dude number A.
Dude
Love
number
it.
A.
Number
Dude,
A.
Dude number
I
A.
can't count to A.
Bum rushes Magpie.
Yep.
That is a 17 to hit, so I believe that
Well-
hits.
Yeah.
And deals 7 piercing damage. Excuse me, he's in bright light. He has disadvantage. I need to roll that again.
Yeah, you do.
I rolled better, so yeah, that still hits for 7 piercing damage.
Moving
Okay.
daylight.
What happens if I type this in here? If I just do it on this thing, does it update your sheet? If I do that, did your sheet just update?
No.
Darn it! I have no idea how this thing works then. All right. Darkling B is going.
So they should all be in bright light then, right?
Yes,
I assume.
because
Okay.
they're now being
All
all
objects.
brightly lit by this one.
And plus objects in the area.
Yeah.
No, they're sensitive to melanoma.
So that one is a natural one, Mrs. Felbus. This one.
Mr. Felbus?
I was gonna I parsed that as Mrs. Felbus first. I was like, I'm a
Is
little
there a
confused.
That's a 12 to hit cast, which misses. And then the last one. That might hit somebody. Felbus. Math. No, that still doesn't hit you? Wait, yes, it just hits you.
Oh, rip. How much?
7 piercing damage.
Ah, shit, that was the wrong button.
All right. All right, Felbus, it's your turn.
All right. The one that we have advantage against, I believe, was number A, as they say.
Yeah.
I'm going to run up and give it a little bit of the old sticky pokey.
The old razzle dazzle.
Dazzle.
Well, that just happened.
Come on, guys.
You're
23.
the razzle and Magpie's Fairy Fire is the dazzle.
23 absolutely hits.
I'm the
Sweet.
stabsel.
I am going to use my bonus action to do my super cool force damage planar attack thing. So that's going to hit for a total of, I can't keep dice on the table,
I don't know what that is, but it sounds amazing.
12 damage, all of which are force.
Boom.
Nice. Nice.
That's cool.
That's amazing.
All right.
I get to
well done.
do extra damage with my sticky pokey.
Cass.
Very good.
Alright, so I'm gonna rage. So everybody get 2 temporary HP.
Nice.
Then I'm gonna reckless attack. Doesn't have to be the one that I have advantage against because I have advantage against it because of this now. I don't have advantage against all of them, right? It's just the one that's lit up.
Just the one.
Yeah. I'm just making sure that there's a point for me doing this. Cool. And I'm gonna attack him with my spear, and I'm gonna use it two-handed. So that is 16 to hit.
All right. A 16 hits.
Excellent. That is only 7 damage.
All right. Sorry, which one were you attacking? I missed that.
Any of the ones that isn't fairy fired.
Cool. Yeah, that's the ones closest to you. Yeah. So you said 7 damage.
Oh, let me roll the second in case I crit. I did not crit. Yeah, 7 damage.
All right. There's just the one is fairy fired, and that's not the one you're attacking. So
Right. So I'll go for B, I guess.
it's D is the one closest to you, but
D.
cool. At the top of the round,
Oh, good.
over back by that throne, you see that Loris pulls out. He's holding some sort of sphere in his hand, a small, dark, shadowy sphere, and it begins to pulse, and that veil sort of draws closer to all of you.
So it was 9 damage. I forgot about my
Nice.
rage bonds.
Narrowing the space that you're all fighting in.
Seems bad.
Very bad.
Here's a timer.
You guys are playing PUBG.
Magpie.
Okay. No two of the baddies are next to each other, right?
Yeah, B and C are both right next to Felvis.
Okay, never mind. I won't
A
do
is
that
right
then.
next to you, and D is right next to Cass.
I'm just gonna bonus action magic stone, which is my cantrip, and then use my sling to hit him with the stone. A, the one closest to me.
All right.
Well, that sucks. That's a nat 1 and a 9. So let's see.
I don't think either of those will hit. Well, maybe.
No, I'm sure.
What's
well,
your
I get a
plus?
+5, so
Oh.
14.
14 hits?
Oh, cool. Let me see how much damage it is. Alright, 1d6 plus. That is 6 damage.
6 damage on A?
Yeah.
All right. On their turns. That one does not hit Magpie. That one does not hit Felbus. Definitely does not hit Felbus. The next one...
Nice.
It has advantage against me.
We're still on Felbus.
Rude.
Math is hard. Also doesn't hit Felbus. The last one has advantage against you.
Yep.
That cancels out its disadvantage, so just roll one of these. That is a 15, which hits for
Do.
7 piercing damage on you.
Ooch.
Haha! It's only actually 5.
All right. Felbus.
All right.
Golodian.
Going after A again.
All right.
That's another 23, which I'm going to assume hits again.
Oh, it's actually less than that because I'm resistant. Oh my god.
I'm going to do the same thing I did last time, which is 15 force damage.
Nice. This is on...
A, still.
it was B you were hitting last time, actually, but...
Oh, I was hitting whichever one I had advantage against.
you would have had to take a lot of opportunity attacks to make it to A.
Oh, okay. Well,
Don't worry about it.
that last one I
don't
rolled
like
18
those.
into
You don't
17, so
really
that definitely still would, I think still would have hit. I don't remember what I rolled for
Don't
the
worry
first
about
one.
it. The B only had 2
But-
hit points, so you have...
Okay.
You have defeated that one.
Gotcha. Sorry.
How do I remove something from the... Nope, that doesn't do it. Ooh, that's a cool picture. I'm learning how this thing works on D&D Beyond. Cass.
Yo! Reckless attack, D again.
Alrighty.
Nice.
6. Oh, fuck. 11.
Does not quite hit.
Boo. Well, got my 2 temporary HP back.
Loris says, "Enough of this," and he squeezes that orb, and that pulse, and the veil draws closer, and you all feel your movement get sluggish mid-fight
It's phase 2.
until you are frozen in place.
Oh.
And this like veil is drawn almost to a sphere around you, and you feel like you're moving so ridiculously slowly. You're aware of how slow you're moving and how slow everything around you is moving, and you can see some images outside of this sphere, almost like there's movement or motion going on out there. You see the forest and the trees, but then you see you get to the edge of the forest, and there's snow and mountains until it comes to the city, and it's all sort of strange around you, and you've barely moved inches in all of this time that has drawn out, sort of trapped in this veil.
I wonder if that girl's sister's here yet.
Friends, main party, Loris, the main character, or not, maybe, because Svala has just put him on the spot and asked where the others are. Where are Cass, Felbus, and Magpie?
Who?
When those names are said, I need you all to make wisdom saving throws.
Wait, us or?
No, the people in the party.
Please, the A team. Come on.
Who am
Wisdom-
I gambling?
Wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
I'm good at those.
I don't even know
What
what
was
those
that,
are.
Sagan?
15.
15, all right. Laya?
14.
All right. Oriana?
13.
All right. Sanguine, you remember. You remember everything.
Oh shit.
And you're like, who's this bitch?
I look at Savala and I just say, "All right, where do we go?"
And she says, "We need the rest of the party. Loris
Where are they?
has them."
I
Where
look at
are they,
Loris.
Loris?
And I cast mage armor on myself.
Laya, Oriana, you guys are like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, who?
Hey, Bree, no.
Loris says, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what sort of weird vision you saw or what strange drugs and smells are going on in here. Oriana, you saw the vision, right? Great wings, by the way.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Very awesome. Not at all expected.
What are you talking about, Sanguine? What are you talking about? Why are you getting on our dude?
What exactly do I remember?
Everything that's happened in a session so far.
Oh, okay, cool.
So you remember Felbus, everyone being like, where's Felbus? Splitting up to go look for him, and then sort of
then
just
being on the road.
ending back on the cart and being back on the road. Yeah.
Laya, we don't know this guy.
What do you mean? It's Loris. You know, he's the guy. He's in the song.
I mean,
No.
Laya and I met
Loris.
before everyone else. We met
Laya,
back
shut
in
your mouth.
Daristan.
Laya, tell me one thing you did with him in Daristan. Don't say a thing, dude. Don't say a word. Let her
No.
answer.
Loris. He met me first in Daristan. I'm the one he met first.
What'd you do? How'd you meet? What was he
We met.
wearing?
He hired.
Laya, take a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Oh, it's a 13.
Even with advantage?
Yeah.
That's how I beat
We
tonight.
met. He's in the song. You can't tell me. He's in the song. It goes Loris, 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 Loris. Ah!
Laya, you have a memory of Loris meeting you by the bulletin board and, you needing a job and him bringing you onto the caravan.
He hired me. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure Sanguine's just confused. You know, it's a really trying time for everybody.
Oriana, I know what the package is. Does he?
Do I even know what he's talking about?
You know about the package. It's in the cart. It's safe. It's in the cart. You know it's in the cart. You're
Oh.
sure it's in the cart.
Yeah, it's in the car. It's no big deal.
When was the last time you saw it?
I don't know, like this morning, yesterday. Who knows? I don't know. It's fine.
Oriana,
Don't
you
you
think about
trust-
that for a minute. The last time you saw it, it's probably before the Maurwood, but you're sure it's in the cart.
If it make you feel better, I'll just go fly over right now and check it out.
Casually.
Just casual.
Laura says, there's no need for that. Svala said we're needed urgently. Svala says, not you.
Why? They're both saying the same thing. What's going on?
Oriana, are you going
I'm
to go
gonna
fly
stand
over
over
to
to
the cart?
Svala.
I'm gonna say, Sanguine, what evidence do you have that Loris isn't,
I say,
protagonist?
I say, who warned us there were orcs in the caves?
Oh, Loris, definitely, yeah.
How'd he know?
Probably because he has all this experience as an amazing adventurer that has like songs written about him. He's been like everywhere.
He put the orcs in the caves.
He did it.
Laya, don't be ridiculous.
Uh,
We saw their tracks and their leavings.
He doesn't have to make any kind of persuasion check.
He can. I mean...
Apparently, this is a
If he
bitch out
does,
here
he
with
rolls a
legendary
4.
actions. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just rolled. Laya, that doesn't feel very convincing. You don't remember that.
I didn't see those. I don't think he left those. Oriana, I
Yeah,
don't
now,
think this guy's
now
for
that you
real.
mention it, it's pretty weird.
Svala
Point.
says, Oriana, you should check the cart.
I fly
Kasani,
over.
Belbis, Magpie. Oriana, you came here with Magpie and the package. Laya, you came here with Felbus. I came here with Kasani.
Oriana, if you fly over to the cart and you go...
60 feet per 6 seconds
It's
or
like
whatever.
a minute. It's like right over there.
Fast, dude.
It's not in the cart. You're like, it should be right there, and it's not there.
Dude, I roll up in this guy's face like crappy Dumbledore to Harry in the 4th movie. Did you put your name in that goblin? I'm like, where's my package?
Wisdom saving throw with advantage.
All right. That was really bad. Hopefully the next one's better. Wow. Why did I say anything? I got a 5 and a 6.
It was
You
better.
still don't remember it, but you know something's up.
Okay.
I'm going to. Do I have my stuff? I'm going to take out my spear and my shield, or my Biden. I mean, and like point it at Loris.
I think something's up, right?
I mean, clearly the egg's not there.
Okay, wait. But I think something's up, like, with our minds, right?
Yeah, because you were like,
Okay.
you knew the
Sengwin
egg was
just
there.
said
it wasn't.
that. And Sengwin just said, we're under some kind of charm spell.
Oh, I didn't say that out loud, hopefully. I was just trying to clarify with Jake. I forgot to do this, sorry. I walk up to Laya, and I, like, put my hands on her head, and I'm like, wait a second. And then I do my healing hands thing on Laya's head to see if it'll help.
All right, yes.
Oh man, got my
Laya?
neck. That was bad for a while.
Laya, you remember everything.
Oh my god, Elvis! This guy didn't bring us. This isn't even the right guy. We got brought by Salek. What's his name?
Shalek? Shalek's here.
Shalek.
I mean, he's not here, but Shalek's still with you, your party.
Sure he is.
He's the only one who
That
brought
doesn't
us.
mean they
From
remember.
the other guy. That wasn't. Nothing had to do with this guy. This guy's a fake. He's a phony. You're a phony. Spear.
I summon my bat, and it's sitting on like the back of my hand, and I point it at him.
You were gonna get Spala killed. Why were you doing that?
He says, all right, you've got me. But this isn't over.
Yeah, you're right. You're gonna tell us what you were doing.
and he smashes the orb. There is a burst of like shadow bursts forth in every direction. The braziers go dim. It becomes dark in here, and the room. You guys are now surrounded by these dark figures in clokes. These
Dementors.
Dementor-looking things. With
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
backwards like goat knees.
Ah,
a
why
really
do you
cool
have to make
picture.
them like fawn Dementors? That's gross.
And Magpie, Felbus, and Cass, you find yourselves standing in it. The columns are the same, but it's not the same temple. It's snowy a little bit outside almost. And cold, and it's daytime. And there's like incense burning, and that's where I'm going to leave all of you this week.
All right.
How did we get here?
Cool.
And no, wait, that's not. Never mind. Sorry. Yes, that's where I'm leaving you. Sorry, I'm tired. My sleep schedule's been all off. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Please do comment on the video, message the page. Let us know what you think. Give us some feedback. My players, please do tonight send me your rose, thorn, bud. That is the thing you liked, the thing you didn't like, and the thing you are looking forward to. If you really like what we're doing, you can check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Jetsam Academy, JETSAM ACADEMY. And with that, we will see you all next time. Bye-bye now.
Say bye, Bee.